Hi guys, I mainly want this video to be about the build order, so I won't go into this too long. But if you want to figure out whether this strategy makes sense in your game, this might help you a little bit. There's some strengths there, some weaknesses. So if you want to check that out, you can pause the video here and you can just have a look at it. But yeah, let's get into the build now. Hi guys, I'll be doing a little build order here. This will be a tutorial for the builds Scouts and Boom, specifically for Arena. Probably the most popular build right now. It's basically the meta. Everyone does it because it's just amazing. It will give you map control and it will give you an opportunity to take the relics while denying relics from your opponent. And at the same time you can also deny forward castles, you can deny bone crushers, all that kind of stuff. So I'll just walk you through it pretty slowly. So we start out with any other normal build. We start out with 6 villages on the sheep. So one more villager and then we're good there. Now all the scouting and stuff, I'll just leave up to you. I'm sure you can figure that out. I can assume you know a little bit about Age and how the Dark Age works, etc. Should be fine. Yeah, now we have 6 villagers on the sheep. We'll send our next villager to a wood line to make a llama camp. We'll lead abilities will back. You don't need them anyway. Make sure you always have a new sheep on your OTC the moment the sheep runs out. Again, pretty obvious. And we keep sending vills to the wood line until we have 4 villagers taking wood. One more villager when we need it. We'll also be pushing in the deer, but I will do that a little bit later. No rush with that. Yeah, now we have 4 villagers going to the woods, and our next villager will take the boar. Now since my timing would be a little bit off, I already sent my villager, and I replaced that villager. It was on the sheep. Just a little bit better timing. The boar is coming in. We have 6 villagers taking the sheep there. And the next villager we will send to make 2 houses. I don't need to shoot it with it to see, it's just something I like to do personally. It's completely fine to shoot it with the villagers as well. This is just slightly better, but it's not a huge deal. So after you send the villager to make 2 houses, the next villager will go to the berries. And we just have 7 villagers here taking the boar. Every once in a while you want to force drop so you get the food, so you can keep your villager production up. As soon as this guy is done making 2 houses, we'll send it to the berries as well. Until we have 4 on the berries. Now as soon as the boar is about to run out, you want to start taking the second one. So let my villager from under the TC to get the boar, and the next villager will just join in with the hunters. And it should be about decent timing there. And that timing is just something you need to get a bit of a feeling for. So I'll just shoot it at the fills this time, just to show that it's completely fine. Do it as well. So after we have these on the berries, the next villager will make a farm. So we still have 8 now, because we added 1 to the boar, so we have 8 taking the boar. Next 2 villagers will make 2 farms. 1 for each. So now we have 2 farms going, and the next villager will go to the wood line to make a second llama camp. I'll do it there. And I'm also gonna get my scout back in order to push in my deer, start pushing in. I'll only push in 3 in this case. That's because sometimes you only have 3 and it should still work. Yeah, we'll add another 4 to this llama camp as well. Then we have 8 on the wood in total. As soon as the boar runs out, we just take the sheep, or we take deer. Depends a little bit on how fast you are to pushing. As long as they're on foot, it's fine. Just make sure that before feudal age you've pushed in all the deer. That's the only thing that really matters. Oh, I actually should have made a house before I made the llama camp. It doesn't need to be before you make the llama camp. Just make sure you do it with one of those 4 vills that you sent to the wood. As soon as this guy has finished his house, we'll also go to the wood. And now we have 4 on each llama camp. And the next 2 villages that you make should always also make farms. So we have 4 farms in total. Keep pushing the deer. So 1 more farm will need to be added. We have 4 farms with 8 on wood. We're taking the wood from the deer and the sheep. So I'll stop pushing deer now, since we have 5 already. So after you have 4 farms, the last 2 villagers we will send to the gold. Actually, I would like to take them. Let's take this one. And as soon as these days run out, they'll go back to the sheep. And after the 26th fill, we'll click up to the feudal age. And now we basically nothing else to do for a while, other than take wood and make sure we build the barracks before we hit the feudal age. Doesn't really matter when you make the barracks, just make sure you make it before 60% of upping, so as soon as it is 60% then you're too late. Then you have to use 2 wills. I'm just gonna build it right now, why not? This is so we can make the stable. So we're just chilling here, taking the food. We can queue 2 vills already. And these vills, as soon as they're here, they will go to the lumber camp. But that's a bit in the future still. Villagers are being a bit efficient there. So as soon as we hit the feudal age, we will take 2 villagers from the RTC to make the stable. As you can see, I built the barracks a little bit early, that's still fine. Make a house with that. You don't need that house necessarily though. Click up before you hit 30 pops. So good. As soon as we're up, get ready to make a stable. And then we'll make a blacksmith as well with that guy. We make a stable and we make a blacksmith. We should get everything that we need. New villages we send to the wood line. And as soon as the sheep runs out, we just put it to the straggler trees. Just to keep them busy. And as you can see, we already have enough food, we already did double decks. You can even do that the moment you hit feudal age. And we can even already do the horse collar. And we can click up to castle age right now. And now we're up. And now basically the build is pretty much done. So now we need to distribute all these bills. So what do? We send 1 to the gold, another 1 to the wood. So we have 11 on the wood there. And then the rest will make farms around GC. You already have horse color, so those farms will be very good. Then we have 10 farms. And we can already start making some scouts to get map control. You can even add in a spear if you want to. And now we have 10 farms around the sea. And we will add 3 scouts in this case. It's kind of the standard number. We have 3 scouts and then do light cap. And we have 3 guys in gold, that is just to sustain our monastery monk production there. And these guys will slowly get enough wood for first the monastery and then disease and everything that we need. Now, this is basically the build. From now on, it's all about what happens in the game. Sometimes you want to add more scouts, sometimes you want to add more spears, sometimes you want to add disease straight away, sometimes you want to cancel scouts because he's not investing and you feel like you shouldn't. So, from this point onward, things can deviate a little bit, so keep that in mind. Don't be afraid to do things a little bit differently. But I'll just do one way that pretty much always works, especially at lower levels. Like anything below to 1k8, this should just give you a very, very good position. So as soon as we hit castle age, we'll do light cap, we'll do postal. And I also like to get heavy plow. It's not a must. But as soon as I can afford that, I'll do that as well. This guy will just you. Oh, gonna get a house. Maybe not. Yeah, we have like 4 scouts into light cap, which will be very good to dealing with monks. And that will just give us map control a little bit here. So you can afford it. Throw in a heavy plow. And then we can already start thinking about adding more TCs. These guys, as soon as they're done there, we'll just send them to the woodline. And we can already start to afford secondary TCs here. Because we have more than 6 farm for 1 TC, so we should easily be able to produce enough food for both of those. And you can also see that we can get monks right now. And these guys can start taking relics. If you want, you can replace the farms when they run out, so good. As I said, it depends a little bit. If you get rushed at this point, your game will not look anything like this. So that's why I won't go too far with this build. At some point it doesn't really make sense to continue doing this. Yeah, as soon as this TC is done, we can even start thinking about a 3rd TC, and our boom will be really starting to kick in at this point. So as soon as we get the wood, we can add a 3rd one, and now we just spam farms, and the boom will start to go ham. As you can see, you can keep up with this perfectly fine. Meanwhile, we keep adding some farms, so we get good food eco to keep sustaining our TCs when we have to. As you can see, we have a pretty good boom, we have map control, we can take some relics. Now some games obviously want to add a few more light cap, that can happen. But yeah, that's all up to you. So I'm not going to go too far with this. This would be a very good setup for you to start booming. If you keep making the farms properly, you should be able to sustain your TCs. You should be in a perfectly good spot. So I hope this will help you. In the start, this will be a very nice way to set up your eco and get a good safe boom going in most arena games. Obviously, feel free to deviate, as I said before. It's always a little bit different when you're playing. So yeah, just make whatever you need to make the TCs whenever you can afford them. That's pretty much it. So yeah, hope this helps you, and see you, bye bye.